Rita Dairit and this is Buhay Parang Life, where we discuss issues about this thing called life. Thank you, my dear viewers, for tuning into this episode. I invite you to please share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And also to write down your comments and suggestions below. Nasa Faith Watch app po ang Buhay Parang Life, so please feel free to download the app on your mobile device. So I am here with 2 of my 5 children here with me today in the Pennsylvania home of my eldest daughter, Jennifer. Kaya parang medyo giniginaw po ako ngayon. What is special with these 2 daughters of mine? Okay, Jennifer, they both left home. Jennifer left home at 22 because she married someone who lives here. Filipino rin naman, taga Morville nga pero kapitbahay namin. Pero he migrated here, so after their wedding in 2004, she moved here with him. But of course, ito naman po ang aking bunso, ang number 5, Justine. Last year, in 2020 ba? In 2020, she joined a program that brought her to Madrid as a language assistant. She is now in her 2nd year. So, yung 3 kong anak nasa bahay pa sa Pilipinas. With me, my married son is of course living in another home, but still near me. Itong dalawang ito ang malayo sa akin. So, this episode really is about roots and wings. No? So, I want to ask my daughters here, Jen, what did you feel when you were at the airport, nung hinatid ka na namin ni Papa sa airport to fly here to the US?
Well, I remember that I was crying in the car.
Oo nga, hindi nga ako naiiyak nun eh. And then when you started to cry, parang umiyak na rin ako.
Because I realized then that I wasn't just leaving the Philippines, but also the Vatican. Kasi nakatira kami sa Vatican. No. Leaving my mom, my dad. Justine was only 5. So there.
Okay. What about you, Justine? What did you feel? Nako, etong si Justine, nung umalis papuntang Madrid, walang iyak. Sobrang walang iyakan at all. What was on your mind?
I think the biggest... grabe yung boses.
Miss Universe.
No, I think the biggest difference that me and Ate had was that when I left, like Ate was long gone. Like long gone. So we would come visit her all the time and I would cry. Siguro I cried the first 10 times that we visited. So 10 years in a row, I would cry going to the airport. But then after a while, it just kind of wore off. So when I was leaving, it felt more like, okay, I've said bye in the airport so many times that I don't need to cry again in this one. And not like Ate left like for good, kind of, but I knew I was coming back like in the summer anyway. So like I booked a return ticket. So I think that makes all the difference.
Now your turn to ask me. Ano naman ang naramdaman ko?
Oh,
Kasi
what
Mother's Day to it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Ma. What did you feel when I left in 2004?
As Justine said, it was different, no? From your case was different. Like, kasi it was the first time that a child of mine was actually leaving our home. And so, ang sabi ko kay Papa noon, when you were walking to the gates of Naiya, sabi ko, how time flies. Isang araw, you are bringing your child to school. No, I would remember bringing you to school and then, papasok ka sa gate ng San Agustin, bye, pick you up later. Pero ngayon, gates of the airport na, so it was different. So, buong weekend akong umiiyak. As in, buong weekend ako umiiyak and I had to slap my face. Sabi ko, teka lang, magkikita pa kami nitong anak ko. No? And The thing is, you know, we live in a very close community. Wala pang Viber noon, wala pang Messenger. That was in 2004, di ba? Wala pang Facebook.
That's true.
So I texted some of my very close friends and I said, please say a prayer for Jen as she flies out today. And then I said, there goes my baby. And then they told me, umiyak sila. In fact, one of my friends said that to this day, that she kept that text. Because there goes my baby, because she is my eldest. So like what Justin said, God has been good. We have visited you so many times here in the US. So parang when Justin left, wala, hindi ko na kayang umiyak because lagi kaming nasa airport.
Di na special. Di na...
Yeah, but the thing is, umiyak or hindi umiyak, sanay or hindi sanay, there is always the mother's fear. Ito pa naman mga anak ko, hindi nga marunong magsaing yan. I remember si Jen when you were like 15 and we did not have a help at home and I asked her to do the dishes. Umiyak. Umiyak. Sabi ko, mag-focus lang ng pingon ng anak ko, umiiyak. And si Justin, being the youngest, both of them, eldest and youngest, they would have breakfast in bed. They never had to do anything at home. So, yun ang worry ko. Paano na ba itong mga anak ko lalayo na sa bahay namin?
So, when you went home after dropping each one of us in the airport, what did it feel like? And obviously it was very different. So, how different was it that your life just went on as normal right after?
It looked normal, but of course it was not, di ba? Siyempre naman na-miss ko si when Jen left, siyempre suddenly the house feels empty. No, pag pala ganon, kahit marami kang anak, pag may umalis na isa, empty. But then you just have to deal with that. You just have to realize, sabi ko, ganun talaga eh. If parang mas okay yun na umaalis yung mga anak mo rather than they're still with you because that means they're not finding their own place in the sun. So, siguro sinasykap ko na lang yung sarili ko, no, so that I stopped crying, I stopped missing. And then, of course, the good part is you get used to it. You get used to it. Of course, si Justine, ang hirap-hirap din kasi bunso, and you know how she's noisy at home, how she has different, iba yung kinakain mo eh. Like she doesn't eat rice, no? So suddenly, my grocery list, wala na masyadong hotdog, bacon, pasta. Kasi kahit kami rice and pork chop or rice and fish. Siya, fish fillet and there has to be carbs. So kailangan may potato, may garlic bread, syempre. Spoiled eh, bunso eh. And then of course, I was always bringing her everywhere. So suddenly, sabi ko nga, when I last had my checkup, my cholesterol levels were good. Sabi ko, wala na kasi kung hinahatid sundo.
Oh, salamat!
Useful pala yung ganun.
No, because you know how difficult it is to be driving in Manila.
Yeah.
But of course, syempre, kasi pandemic, no? But you left in the middle of the pandemic, so...
Yeah, at night pa.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it was
we
at night.
missed you because parang sanay na sanay kami that we are all together at home.
Oh, yeah.
So parang,
Alright.
wala nang tao.
Wala nang
Wala
ingay.
nang tao. And, yun, wala nang tao. Although I still had 2 children living with me, it just seems so quiet and empty. And I have to tell myself that this is really what parenthood is about. It's really about letting go. Like most mothers, I felt that when they were babies na, huwag na sana lumaki to, sana yung ganito, yung nakokontrol mo, nang aalagaan mo. But then, time flies so fast and it will just happen na one day they will leave your home. But I am comforted. My consolation really is I know that I have taught them well. Well, hindi ko sila naturuan magluto, pero naturuan ko silang to be clean, to be kind, to work well, to be good with the money. So, tingin ko naman nakuha niyo yun kasi sobrang nga kayo mag-compute eh. Like you never really want to splurge, you're always careful with the money. And I am really happy with that. But of course, I also had misgivings. What if I protected you too much? I never let you commute. Never at all. Sabi ko, naku, baka hindi ko naturuan maging strong yung anak ko. And these are girls.
Right.
No, baka man lang mabully or hindi kayanin ng buhay. But somehow, seeing you, I know na kinakaya nyo. In fact, whenever we would leave you, Justin and I would visit you very often. And she asked me once, Ma, why is it that you never cry when we leave ate? And I said, because I know that your ate is happy. She is able to, because I know that your ate is happy and strong and can live life apart from us, so that is enough to make me happy.
My gosh, that was so nice. I don't remember asking you that.
Oh,
my gosh.
you don't remember? You asked me that at the airport because you would always cry. And
I
I
would
said,
always cry.
she would always cry.
Frankie would also always cry when we left.
My granddaughter would always cry when I would leave. Si Jen would always cry. And I am like, why am I not even crying? Considering I'm the mom. But I guess it is coming from the thought that I know that they can live life well apart from me, apart from their parents, apart from the home where they were nurtured.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Wait, which one should I say first? I think... Diyos ko naman, makakaiyak naman. Okay, ano. Ready? Okay.
I can't. It's so drama, Ma.
Hindi ako masyado.
Wait lang, bago ko kalimutan. Oh, I think the sheltered part, that was also just part of like the lifestyle. Like we went to private school and we never had to commute and stuff like that. But I think we grew.
Ikaw, commit ako.
Hindi lagi pag tatay mo kausap mo.
But I think we grew up seeing my mom just doing like everything by herself. So like she would drive and then she would go to the bank and then she would work and then she would do like this and she would do like that. So it was never like we always had a strong woman figure. So it was never like, oh my god, I need like help to be able to do this one thing. Even if you didn't teach us per se how to do a task, it's like, well, whatever it is, I'm gonna figure out how to do it. But I will say, one of my friends was telling me like, why don't you just have like eggs for breakfast? I was like, yeah, I will, but it's gonna take me like so long to cook it. He's like, why are you just having eggs? I was like, it takes so long to cook. Basically, the ending of the story was I didn't know that when you cook sunny side up eggs, you have to let the oil get hot in the pan before you put the egg in. So I would put the oil and then I'd put the egg and then I'd wait forever for it to cook.
Oh.
And I told my mom when I found out and she's like, dude, that's not how you do it. So I would have appreciated that earlier on na kailangan pala mainit na yung oil.
we were everywhere,
Yeah.
but never in the kitchen
Never.
cooking.
Yeah.
I was not much of a cook.
That's true. May insert ako kaya nakalimutan ko.
Yan, sige.
When you mentioned, because Mama is a strong woman, like, pagising niya, simba, bangko, meron talaga, busy talaga eh. Tapos may prayer meeting pa sa gabi. Parang kaya, ano ka na natutulog, parang gano'n. Diba? I think I got that can-do attitude
Oh,
from
yeah.
her.
Agree.
And also, she kept saying, you can do it. Jen, you can do it. It's easy. You can do it. And like, oh my, it's easy. And yun na yung ano sa utak ko na, I can do anything.
Yeah, same.
Tignan mo, we moved 7 times. I can do it again.
I know.
I know. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, like I think we're super used to seeing a whole day of 100 activities, and like to put it in perspective, like my mom, her schedule consists of all of her stuff and then all of our stuff where we're so many people. My dad is a whole checklist alone and all we need, well, okay, my sister also has kids, but I just have one whole checklist of just myself, and it would be easy to get overwhelmed, but because I've seen my mom do it every day in and out, I mean, it's like easy peasy.
What's your happiest moment as a mom? No.
Bigot?
Oo, as a mom. What's your happiest moment as a mom? I just wanna know, because I'm a mom also eh.
Me, I'm not.
Oo nga eh. And I would just wanna know.
I have too many. I have 5 children. That's many. So that's happiest moment 5 times over. So I guess when you were young, it's seeing you being born, holding you in my arms for the first time. I remember when you were born.
Big baby.
Yeah, but like I was working that time, and I said to myself, "Oh, I'm not gonna leave this child with a yaya. I'm not going back to work. Parang ayoko na magtrabaho. Parang all I wanted to do was take care of you."
Ugh.
Grabe. And then here comes your grandmother in all her kindness, telling me, you should get a yaya or else wala ka nang magagawa. And I'm happy I listened kasi it's such a full-time job pala. And plus, your papa and I, we had a business to operate. We had a business to run that brought you to school, to wherever you are right now. But still, even if you were cared for by yayas, I would say that I was very hands-on. Especially when you started to really move around. I learned to drive when I was 31
Oh my gosh!
because I said, this is how I can serve my children better. So I could bring you around. With Justine, I was so much older. I was 39 when I had you. So parang it was falling in love again. It was like, oh my gosh. Because I had children in my early 20s, so I was young. But with Justine naman, parang I was mature. And the kids were all grown up. Like the youngest then, number 4, was 12. So parang you were not minding me anymore. Parang ay wala na akong inaalagaan. So really deep in my heart, I wanted another one. And the Lord heard my prayer. And so here she is. I was 38 when I got pregnant. So 39, I gave birth to her. And that time, iba na yung buhay. I did not have a full-time job. Business was low, which became a good thing because I had time for her. So literally, we were like together 24/7. So,
Besties!
kaya nga my friends were worried, Rita, kamusta ka na? Umalis na yung bunso mo. Sabi ko, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. So that too, what I would say is a happy moment when I let you go, find your place in the sun, and knowing now that you are doing very well.
I will say I forgot that you learned how to drive so late in life. As I was like, I'm not even 31 and I know how to drive. But I remember like wait, ano ba sabi ko? I forgot that you were 31 when you learned how to drive, but I'm very glad that you did. I think our best conversations have happened in the car. And even if my mom says her cholesterol goes up when she drives me,
It's
she will
not driving you,
Just
it's
driving.
driving the streets
no, but
of Manila.
she will always force me to let her drive me. Like of course when I started driving, like no, I can drive, I can do it, whatever. Every single time she'll be like right there, like I can drive you if you want. I'm like, I can drive me. It's okay. Obviously, I appreciated the readiness all the time. So if I was tired or whatever, I never had to force myself to drive. But definitely, like, lots of bonding moments in the car, especially after school. We were big on carpool, but towards the end of college, like, it would just be the both of us, and
Right, we had different schedules.
yeah, it would be a lot of like, wow, today was so hard, tears. Wait, I had another question for you. Okay. How has the long distance been? Because you are the queen of long distance relationships with Ate, and then obviously with me. So how?
Good question.
Thank you.
How has it been?
I mean, it's
2004 iba eh.
yeah, it's what's another word for change? It's
Drastic ano.
yeah, it's been a drastic change with technology and everything. So of course, in the beginning, like, how has it changed over the years from Magic Jap to literally we will
from
call
email
you
lang, email lang.
Right.
email to we can call
yeah.
you in like a
Yes.
Like, I would just call them pag birthday ni Janvi, birthday
I
ni
know,
Papa,
napaka-few
very,
and far between.
holiday, gano'n.
Sobra. Pero the change, super big change. Kasi now, you would call me all the time.
Yeah.
We would video call.
Right.
So I would really see how you look. Like, I remember visiting you, the first time we visited you in 2005, it was like, ano na kaya ang itsura ng anak ko? Because there was no
right.
picture.
oh my gosh,
May ganun.
that's
Yeah,
weird.
how does she look like
Yeah,
now? Is
that's
she
true.
okay? Kasi wala namang picture noon. But now with you, it's like, I would call you my phone pal. So you know when you're when you get off from work, that is the time Papa and I would be our downtime at night, watching some shows. And then when the phone would ring, Viber or Messenger, and I would tell Papa, my phone pal. Ito na yung phone pal ko. So the difficulty is, of course, minsan I don't have energy to talk to both of them anymore. So medyo ito yung naiiwan si Jen. But she's busy.
Sorry.
She has children. She is beautifully married. So
I'm good.
yeah. Yeah, I know you're good. And that makes me happy, of course. But si Justine just likes to talk. So we talk.
On and on.
On and on. And now, let me ask you. So you're basically happy in what you're doing where you are right now. But surely there are moments when you would tell yourself, meron ba? Correct me if I'm wrong. Are there moments when you would tell yourself, I wish I was home, or I wish Mom was here?
I wish I was home. Never.
Or I wish I was with my family. You know, I
There-
wish I was with my mom.
There are. Nala. I would probably say that when I crave for food.
Oh, same.
Like, like, sisig, ganyan.
Same.
Chocolate
Crispy
cake.
pata. Kasi I can't cook crispy pata. I don't know. Chocolate cake.
So that's when you miss home the most food.
Food. And I don't miss the traffic. I don't miss the dust. And the noise. I miss the noise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
the noise at home when we would all be like,
we don't banter, but
Yeah.
it's just, the voice on top of the voice on
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
It's like a compounding stories that
Yeah,
it's just endless, kwentuhan. That's what I miss most.
I was gonna say like the same. That's why I enjoy, because Ate lived just the both of them for a long time and with the kids, but it's different because I moved in with other roommates. So at least there would always be somebody to come home, and then everybody's like telling their stories, and everybody's, oh, this is how my day was, and it's just also a little bit, there's like that noise there that I'm very grateful for, because I also enjoy having so much people in the house. My favorite sight is all of the slippers outside the den. When there's like a million slippers there, it's gonna be a good time.
yeah. Right.
But to answer your question, other than the mundane stuff, of course, I miss the food and not cleaning up after myself and asking for like, can I please eat this thing that I want? I remember when we took a trip to Italy over the summer, and we were having such a good time. It was summer, like we were finally out of Madrid, but it was so cold. But my mom is my travel buddy, so we were in like probably the most beautiful place I've ever been, and I stood there and I was like, oh, I'm not with my mom. And I called her, and she was in the den just watching TV, like in her aircon, and me like very brown and swam in the Mediterranean Sea. And then the next day I had a little bit of time in the morning, and I called my mom and I was like, I wish you were here. And we dropped the phone and I cried. And my friends were like, it's okay, just be happy. I'm like, no, my mom is not here.
Yeah, because you wanted to share the beautiful sights with me.
Yeah.
Because we always did that together.
I also felt that when I went to Bryce Canyon, parang
Saan ka nagpunta?
Bryce Canyon in
What's
Utah.
In Utah. Oh.
So, it's probably similar to the Grand Canyon, the effect of the Grand Canyon on anybody. But when I saw it, like, I wanna save and bring all of.
Oh my gosh, I also felt that.
You want to bring the entire family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what made me cry, because I was like, oh, I want to like make sure that they see this. I don't mind. Okay, so I have questions for you as well. I prepared them over the course of yesterday.
Wala ako hindi. Wala
Hindi.
akong good.
So,
That's
your
good.
part. So it's fast talk. You have to answer
fast
Jen
talk.
or just.
Jen or Just?
Joy Abunda.
Jen
Boy
or
Abunda.
Jen or Just? Okay.
Okay.
Ano
Okay,
Jen?
ready?
Ready?
Ano gagawin?
No, she's gonna say if it's me or you.
Oh,
answer.
okay. Or both? Hindi pa rin both?
No, hindi pa the both. But I did, like, I'm not like biased. Like, I tried to make the questions, like, I don't know the answer. Like, I'm curious to what you will say, but you have to be fast. Okay, so
sige.
fast talk. Okay, so who calls more often?
Just.
Who talks more on the phone?
Just.
Who replies faster?
Just.
Who gets drunk faster?
Jen.
Who fights Ate Ninay more?
Jen.
Who does Ate Ninay fight more?
Just.
Who's nicer to Papa?
Jen.
Who's a better driver?
Just.
Who's more malambing?
Just.
Who showers more?
Just.
Who sleeps more?
Jen.
Who is easier to ask a favor from?
Both.
Who?
No, wala akong credit card, so...
Wala akong may credit card ako ni Mama? Meron
Next
ako.
question. Ano ba klaseng favor? Like, si mama puro pabili. Ganon.
Siyempre, iba naman yung mga
libro.
Ano pa pabili niya sa Spain? Who is louder?
Just.
Who's more likely to forget where they parked?
Jen.
Ako.
Who's
my gosh.
Who's more likely to disobey you?
Just.
Who's more likely to get pagalitan by Papa?
Just.
Who's more likely to cry in a movie?
Just.
Who is more likely to get you something for Mother's Day?
Just.
Okay, and the last one is, if neither of us had left, who is more more likely to move out? To leave.
Okay,
If neither of us had left, who is more likely to leave?
Just.
I don't know why I say it just with a T, it's just, by the way. My name.
Oh, ako yung si Just. I have to read Just. Sino ba to?
Sino bang si just? Okay, so it's not fast talk anymore.
Thank
but
you.
it's what is your favorite thing about us that we got from you?
Oh, right.
So it can be like Ate has like stuff that I don't wear. But what is your favorite thing about us?
Ay, traits, ganon.
Yeah, that we
Mannerisms
got
or-
from you.
Work ethics. You work very hard. The being careful with the money, parang sa papa niya yan eh. But really the work ethics, you're very industrious. And you keep a neat house because that's how I brought you up.
Okay. And the other question was, what's your favorite thing about us? I feel like this one is less likely to be the same for the both of us, but what's your favorite thing about us that we didn't get from you? Like you don't see it in yourself, but we like have it, or are that way.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good question. This is a thesis panel, by the way.
Ang hirap nun! Hindi
That's
natin nanay siya.
No.
Okay, bakit? Ano sa iba?
Like things that we learned,
Oo.
something.
Justine, you process your emotions very well.
Oh my gosh.
You,
Thank you.
I am so amazed at your wisdom at this age. I honestly did not have that kind.
You
of
already
wisdom.
had like 2 children at my
I
age.
know, yeah, but you are so like, you know, when the boys that you like or who likes you, you kind of know how to process your
Thank
feelings.
you, Ate Ninay.
And yeah, you are so good at
Shout
that.
out.
With you, Jen, I like that you are very careful with the money because I am not always like that. So I know how well you control your finances, how you are very practical with what you
Yeah.
buy.
Girl.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Hindi ako ganun ka-careful. I am a half-day millionaire.
What does that mean?
I spend my money when I have it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why God gave me your father because he is, I think you got it from him, very careful with the spending. And I like that.
So what things did we get from Papa instead of like from you?
Yeah, it's really being good with the money. You're both so good at it. You like, before you spend, you weigh the pros and the cons of spending that money. Me, I spend because I love. So that's why I splurge on you because I loved you. I love you. No, so you're like I just give you.
Yeah.
I'm just always
Bye.
giving. So there.
Oh, I have one last question. Because Mama is not super malambing. Like, right? Like, you're not like, oh, lambing, right? I just got that from you. You're the one who told me that. So what's your favorite, like, way to bond with us? Because...
My favorite way is really just being there with you, like driving you, shopping with you, dining with you, eating out with you. Yun na sa akin yung bonding. And you know the way I show my love. My lambing is, sige, swipe my card. That is my lambing. Like if it is within my means, you know I would give it to you.
True.
That is my lambing.
Like, I think I always tell my friends, like, the way that I know how to express love is, like, acts of service. So, I mean, I am super malambing, but when I do things for my friends, I feel like that's when I show the greatest love. And I always tell them, like, oh, it's because my mom, like, that's how she, like, loves us. Like, she'll like, buy, like, tissue because she knows I need to put tissue in all of my bags, or she will send me a credit card because she doesn't want me to
go hungry.
to go hungry. Or
For
when
emergencies.
I'm in the airport, I'll just tell her like, oh, I'm in the airport, we're going to so and so place. She'll go like, your breakfast is on me, and I'm like, yes, I didn't even have to ask for it. Thank you so much. I think something that's nice with all of our relationships is we enjoy the mundane moments together. So it's good because then we just bond all the time, basically.
Yeah.
But what's like another kind of activity or something that you would like to do with us that we haven't done yet?
Oh my gosh, I haven't done.
I haven't done?
Yeah, like, I mean, like, we don't do sports, you know, like stuff like that, like
Yeah.
something that we don't do. But don't say sports, because I just
Can't do sports anymore.
yeah, that's why I don't answer that. So an activity, or like not like an activity per se, like an experience that you want to share with us.
Oh, well,
Oh.
well, now that, you know, you and JC have your own families, I have grandchildren, we live apart, far apart from each other. I look forward to the day when we can all travel together. Like all.
I know. Yeah.
my grandchildren and all of you sabay-sabay. That has not really happened because of your schedules, like school and marriage and work. So when was the last time you traveled together?
Hong Kong.
And she was not there.
You were there with Daddy?
Wala
Ah,
talaga.
Vietnam.
Wala.
Thailand.
Wala pa
Thailand.
dun. Wala.
Thailand?
Oh yeah, with
But no
Fergie.
grandchildren
Wala
yet.
children.
So now with the 4 grandchildren, and if there's more to come, I really hope that we can just go on a trip together. All of us, at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks? We need to save this video and we'll see when we're on that 2 weeks if you still want to be there.
Oh, describe Mama in one word.
Oh, Jesus.
Just one. Ako, one. I have one.
I also have one, but it's not one word.
Ako, I have one.
Ano?
She's selfless.
Mine is 3 words.
Ah.
Grace under pressure.
Selfless, grace under pressure. So, to all mothers out there, we do not really realize how much we impact, how much we influence the lives of our children. It is always difficult to let go, but there's nothing we can do. We just have to let go and let God, ensuring that we have given them enough roots and wings to live their life apart from us. Thank you for watching. This is Rita David reminding you today, haba-habaan po ang pasensya sapagkat ang buhay parang life.